Hey everyone, I bet you're wondering why I'm wearing this getup. Well, in fact, I'm not going to be the new Asian character Obi-Wan Shinobi in the new Star Wars episode. No, I plan on wearing this to the border. I'm going to use some Jedi mind shit and drive a whole carload of marijuana through. I'm going to say to the border guards, you do not need to check this one's trunk. And they'll look at each other and go, we do not need to check this one's trunk. And I'll just drive right through. So I just got back from a public stoning, and it's not the same kind of public stoning you dumbasses go to on 420, where everybody gets fucked up in public and they go, yeah, Bob Marley, Bob Marley. No, it was a different kind of public stoning. It was a public stoning where, someone dies. Well, I guess maybe somebody dies at your ceremonies, but it's kind of under completely different circumstances. But that's the expression, the early bird gets the worm. Well, we have an expression where I come from, the early bird gets the biggest rock. And, my arm's really sore today because there was this one guy, he could move, man. He could move left, right. He could move like the devil. I mean, he moved like there was no tomorrow. But, in this case, there was no tomorrow. Anyhow, I threw out my arm and it's damn sore. I'm in a really bad mood. It's not because I woke up and I had to wipe my ass with a leaf from a plant. I mean, you guys have to do that too, don't you? No? Oh, well, we do. And no, it's because had to race to get here. And, I was driving with my donkey in my cart, and I look in my rear view mirror and I see this other cart behind me, and it's it's a cop, right? And he tells me to pull over, and then he pulls me over, and I'm thinking maybe I can outrun this guy, right? And then I see that he's got two donkeys. I'm like, fuck those new police cars. They, another waste of taxpayers' money. So he pulls me over, and he says, have you been drinking? And I'm like, I don't drink. I don't touch the stuff. I tell him the last time I drank was when that fella Jesus, he turned the water into wine. He looks at me and smiles at me. Yeah, he goes, yeah, that was a party. So I just drove on. But, life is not always that terrible. Like, I met my wife. I love her to death. She's 12 years old. I saw her skipping rope, and it was love at first sight. She's really resourceful, She's really good at finding those 2-for-1 sales on diapers, because I need them at my age, and so does the little ones. And my wife gets a lot of immense joy from changing my diapers and then helping the little ones out with theirs. You know how you have that father who gets, he's always pissed off that you chose the wrong career, and he says, you should have been a slave. I was a slave. I'm like, yeah, but Dad, look at you back. You got back problems. He goes, yeah, but I was a slave. And I'm like, okay, but Dad, I want to be a sheep shepherd. I want to herd sheep. I mean, I've heard this bloody argument for I don't know how many years, but finally he's given in. But he keeps on complaining. He says, Jesus, why couldn't you be a carpenter like Jesus? Jesus gets a lot of followers. He gets a lot of women. I'm like, I don't want women. I got my sheep. Then, how you have this quality called one-upmanship, where one guy has to always be better than the other guy. Like, let's say you have two guys at a bar. You're sitting at a bar with a beautiful woman, and the one guy says, oh, you're not funny. You can't do comedy. You don't make anybody laugh. You dress funny. You smell funny. You're old. And the only reason why he's saying all this crap is because he wants to look better in front of this girl, right? I think they call it cock blocking in your language, but I really don't know why they'd bring a rooster into the equation, because a rooster is a very noble creature where I come from. But anyhow, I have this friend. He's got to always do one thing better than the rest of us. Like, all of us Christians, we get thrown to the lions, and he has to request to be thrown to the tigers because they're more exotic. He even built a new condo, and he put another layer onto his single hut dwelling, and he keeps on bragging about the view. Like, he looks above our little settlement, and he says he can see forever. And I'm like, well, so what? You see more desert. But You know how you have this celebrity in these small towns, and they usually call him the town drunk. He gets like shit faced all the time. People, film him doing dumb shit like, I don't know, like taking a shit on a statue or something like that. Maybe it's the mayor or the police chief. I don't know. But we have a town philosopher. We call him Moses, and people said they witnessed him talking to a burning bush, and that's kind of strange. But I realize that everybody here gets advice from a bush, although I guess it's not burning, but it might be if it's that time of the month. But Moses said the burning bush told him that we had to leave Egypt. So I'm like, fuck, this is terrible. I'm gonna really miss hanging around with all my friends. Right? They were really a good bunch of guys. They had a really good sense of humor. Like one time, the guard left one of my friends hanging there. He sent us all home, and my friend Michael, he says to the guard, "Come on, Pontius, tell us where you kept Kevin, and don't leave us hanging." I mean, that one always cuts me up, breaks me up. But I'm really pissed off about having to leave my country. I mean, here we go again, persecuted, gotta fucking leave again. I mean, I may just put a new layer of mud on my hut, and I really hope my wife packs up her toys and packs up all our sandals. I'm planning on bringing those new quick release sandals I just bought because I fucking hate lineups. Well, I got to go. It's time to get home. I want to get up early in the morning, and I got to go to another public stoning, and this time I hope to get the bigger rock. Thanks for listening.